I'm an INFJ. Although I love aesthetics, at the end of the day, I'm going to give you something that probably doesn't look like everyone else's thing. But at the end of the day, also, I'm not a vlogger. I'm not going to claim to be a vlogger. I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm a spiritual person. I'm an INFJ. This is what you get. I hope you get something from it. Oh, hey! Welcome to a little bit of my life. As you can tell from the title, I am an INFJ. I have been getting recommended for me so much INFJ content that I'm like, I have firsthand experience. I'm an INFJ. Why don't I join in on this and share some things that I do? Because maybe someone will relate, maybe someone will resonate, and maybe it'll help somebody, or maybe, we'll just feel a little less isolated. I hope you get some insight, perhaps, to my daily routines. This is a way that INFJs stay really structured and organized, because when we know what works and we continue doing that, then we can change other things and use our energy for other things that might require more of our mental and energy resources. So thank you for being here, friend.
Wait and see.
Doesn't years. make the exact same breakfast every single day. If I didn't do this, if I didn't routinize my eating habits, I would be starving right now. And I know that from experience. I may have mentioned once or twice here and there that I don't have the best past relationship with food. It's been a huge learning curve for me, overcoming my eating issues. And now, if you struggle with that, I just want to say I completely understand, and it's not really easy, and I've gone through a lot of learning. But I'm gonna show you my breakfast, and if you're anything like other people in my life, such as my boyfriend, you might think this is disgusting. But for me, it's absolutely delicious and exactly what I want to eat. So I start with a bagel with cream cheese, and I put kimchi on it. Don't know if you've had kimchi. It is basically a fermented cabbage dish from Korea, and I am obsessed with it. It's literally so good. So I just put it on my bagel, like so. And if you're like vegan or vegetarian, like this is not going to be the meal for you, but it is the breakfast I eat every day, and it's pretty healthy, I think. Everything bagels, by the way. So I do that. I'm done with that. And then I put, this is probably where it gets less healthy because it is a processed meat, but I'll just put a couple pieces of turkey right on top. This works for me. It doesn't involve really a lot of cooking, but it helps, and it's filling enough, and it makes sure that I actually get some nutrition in the morning, which used to be just coffee for me, just coffee. For a while, just McDonald's breakfast if I felt like it, if I had the time, but most often it was me not feeding myself, and I am not in that phase of my life anymore. So I make sure I feed myself every single day, and I eat the same thing. Easy peasy, look at that. Cheers. I cannot explain to you how delicious this is to me. All right, step one, getting ready for work. I always bring a PB&J because if I didn't make a PB&J and take it with me to work every day, I would not be feeding myself. I make it at the same time every day, and then I know that I will feed myself instead of starving, and I think that's really important. I'm gonna make that, and then I'm going to make what I've been enjoying drinking at work lately, which is some iced tea. And I do make that the same every day as well, because if not, I wouldn't have caffeine throughout my day, and I would probably struggle. This is why structure is so important in your life. This is like, I am living proof. There has been a version of me that did not uphold these systems that I've created for myself. That version of me looks different and is a lot more stressed out, okay? This version of me has more energy, and I'm very confident that I can adapt to anything and any situation that comes at me because of these systems and these structures that I built. Okay, and if for some reason one day the system is not able to function because of maybe timing or something, you know, that's okay. That's okay. One day is a lot better than weeks and months of me not having my life together. I need this. I need this. And that's another thing. I think a lot of INFJs know that, like, our minds are all over the place, and structure is literally the best filter for this. You know, it's the best process, or it's quite possible I would philosophize all day long and forget that this actual human existence exists. So All right, so life hack. You don't know what to do with your hair. You don't have time. You have like maybe 5 minutes till you gotta be out the door. What you do is you just put it in a tight bun, okay? Just a tight bun, a low tight bun. You literally can't go wrong. It literally is so put together. It polishes off any look. It like really shows your earrings, you know? And if I'm in a certain mood and a certain vibe with some, you know, I'll just do a low pony. You know, you don't even have to put it in a bun if that takes too much work or too much effort. But honestly, it does not take that long. Especially if your hair's like wet, like you just got out of the shower, but you still want to feel put together, you know. Again, you don't have to look any certain way, so it doesn't matter, whatever, but I very often during my work week, if I do not know what to do with my hair, I hadn't braided it previously, and I just don't have time, just quickly throw it up in a nice tight bun like this. Like this. It shows off my earrings, which is always something I love, and easy peasy. I also don't always wear makeup. Life hack, if you want to feel beautiful and put together, but you don't have time, love yourself. And that's if you don't have time. If you love makeup, like, yeah, absolutely, go for it. Whatever. This is just a little advice. As you can tell, since I did my hair like this, I gotta get out of here. So, on another note, though, if you do have a tiny bit of time, but like not enough, or you're just feeling lazy, I tend to do my eyebrows. I think it really just helps frame your face, as they say. I don't know. It really just, it helps bring a little bit more dimension. I think, you know, it's not as flat. Maybe some lip balm, you know, a little lipstick. Nothing crazy. Maybe some concealer. Maybe mascara if you really want to. But at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. So there we go. We're ready. See a lot of like vlogging content and stuff, and people who like have like super routinized lives. I feel like a lot of it seems like difficult, like insurmountably difficult to start implementing in your life. And what I want to share with you is that like that does not have to be the case. Like, look at me right now, okay? I haven't done anything. I'm not fully dressed yet, you know. I have a little pimple patch. We all start somewhere, right? Even the things that appear unattainable, like, I'm telling you, those people have days like this, and they don't record it, right? So what I want to share with you is that these routines I've implemented in my life because they work. It's not an aesthetic I'm trying to fill, or like a specific person I'm trying to be. Like, this is actually things that work for me, right? And I just want you to remember that, like, no matter how unattainable a lot of these things seem, like, you can create routines that work for you. And that's what you should be doing. You shouldn't be creating a routine that just looks aesthetically pleasing, or a routine that works for somebody that just doesn't work for you and you keep trying to make it work. Like, no, we're trying to make our lives more efficient and more easy for ourselves, right? I think this is super, super important. So I just wanted to make a note here. So I told you all the practical things, right? I've been sharing the practical things I do every day during a work week to, you know, get ready on a very practical, physical level. But what do I do before that? What does it look like before that? Do I have routines for, say, I don't know, spiritual upkeep? Well, I do. I do. Every day. And I'm not going to pretend there aren't some days where I don't have the time or I forget, but almost every day I'm going to pull a card from the tarot or oracle. It tends to be oracle, but today I feel tarot. And here is what I'm probably wearing before I get ready for my day. Before I've showered, before I'm dressed, before I do anything with my hair, we need to make sure that our spirit is right. So we're gonna pull one card. Every day, one card. Now there are some mornings where I'm called to do a full reading, or where I'm pulled to do a specific meditation or something along those lines. But very base level, my routine is we pull one card to get a vibe for the day. And what this card is for me is it's an archetype that I can keep going back to throughout the day. Just kind of as like a thought prompt, you know? I think when I prompt my mind to have a specific idea in mind all day, I start seeing connections between that and other things, which seeing these connections, maybe that's why it's an INFJ thing that I want to share this in this specific video. So one wants to come out, and it's justice. It's justice. So what does that mean for me today? It means that I'm going to keep balance and morality in my mind. Now what is justice? It's also about balance, like I just said, but it's about balancing things. Justice in this way being what is needed in every moment. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I'm a Libra rising, so for me, I immediately am thinking about communication, and I'm immediately thinking about how I can make sure it's balanced, not give too much, not be too forceful, but also not take anything like that onto myself. Justice in this case, all day, I'm probably gonna find ways to add more balance, whether this be a mindset shift or something that might take a little too much time but seems like a good option. I'm still gonna have to make that sacrifice in order to create this balance. That's what's gonna be in my mind today. Just an example of what I do in a day, and this is Thursday. Thursday, ruled by Jupiter, a day of expansion, but balance. And immediately I'm brought to the Temperance card as well. So balance and moderation. Maybe there's going to be a moment of moderation during this day where I need to choose to follow the correct path. Hey, but that's just me. Whatever time you're watching this, maybe this resonated with you, maybe it didn't, and that's fine. It's just an example of what I do. So on top of that, meditation, super important. I don't always, I hate to admit it, I don't always make time for meditation, but the days that I do start my morning with meditation, the flow is a lot better, and I think it's really an important thing to note. So yeah. And another thing, I'm an INFJ. Although I love aesthetics, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you something that probably doesn't look like everyone else's thing, but at the end of the day, also, I'm not a vlogger. I'm not gonna claim to be a vlogger. I'm an artist, I'm a creative, I'm a spiritual person, I'm an INFJ. This is what you get. I hope you get something from it. Okay, also I split the deck. You know, I was just playing with it, and it's Temperance, so there's something about moderation and balance here. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of yourself right now? Are you here because you want to learn how to better take care of yourself? All right, start moderately. You don't have to go all out. You don't have to cut things immediately out of your life. Let's just start this balancing process. Let's just start it today, okay? It's Thursday in this week. You could be watching it any day, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. It's a Thursday. It's towards the end of the week. we're not going to go full force right now. We're going to save that energy and we're just going to moderate things slowly. It will balance out. We are balancing the scales. You are doing a great job, and I love you. All right, and I'm putting this little section of the video here to say, although I do the same thing every day, very frequently, I allow myself to, in any given moment, do something different. What's important is that what is priority is taken care of. So when it comes to food, if I'm craving a different food, I can eat a different food. The reason I have these systems in place is so I never forget to not eat. You understand? So if I'm eating, yeah, if I have the motivation, then I'll make something else. The point is I'm eating. And Fridays, I also sometimes change my jewelry or my outfit. I'm wearing this cute little shirt today. Just depending on my mood and how I feel. What's important is that I'm wearing clothes that make me feel good. So I just wanted to make this note in case, you think like I am overly structured or rigid in my thinking, because yeah, we have to be open to change and open to adapt. And we have to honor our calls, and if that call is different on a certain day, that's okay. Absolutely go for it. So there you go. Okay, it's Friday, and I don't know if you have noticed, but throughout all of these clips, I've actually been a little sick. You probably haven't noticed. That's fine. I've been a little sick. I've been a little exhausted. It's Friday. I'm finally feeling better. So I felt, a change up in my outfit, a change up in my jewelry, And I am going to share my one card draw for this Friday because I'm feeling a lot more motivated than I have all week. Marvelous. Marvelous. So I'm using the Starseed Oracle today, not Tarot, which is fine and good. So we're going to see, this is for me personally. But if you're watching this and it resonates, then maybe it's a message you need to see as well, That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm sharing it, right? That's why I'm sharing my experience, because maybe it can resonate. Maybe you can relate to me. Maybe there's something you need. Almost, not quite. Almost, not quite. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Interesting. I remember soul plan. I adore this. I adore this. So already I'm feeling like I need to really remember who I am and why I'm here. I have a purpose, and that's I'm gonna need to remember that throughout the day. I want to read this from the book, though, and I'll read it to you. I might as well. Let's do this, shall we? There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. To trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. What are you being called to do? to surrender to your soul's plan. For me, I'm immediately thinking of my expression, what I choose to express in this reality. And I am somebody that who I am is very tied to like the energy that I have in a given day. And for me, with all of this surge of energy coming back to me, it really reminds me that I'm powerful and I'm connected to something so much bigger. And I'm here for a reason. And I do want to choose the higher calling that I have. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, because I feel like my perspective, my expression, my soul expression in this life is for a reason. And I want to remember that every day. So it's the weekend. The work week is finally ending. I'm about to head out. So exciting. So exciting for that beautiful weekend coming up. The beautiful energy of renewal that comes with every weekend. Whether you are, working or not, the energy of ending and renewal and beginning, it's always there for you to tap into. And I feel finally renewed and less sick than I have felt all week. So wish me luck on this Friday. I'm rambling now, so I might cut it out, who knows.